Well, let's get right to it. I'm in Syracuse, New York, where I built one of my first decks over 32 years ago. So Dad, how's the deck holding up after 32 years?
It was put together with nails and I have had no problems with it. I've stained it every other year, so the maintenance has been kept up on it and it's solid.
Well, Dad, there were a few things that were in need of repair, like this loose, shaky rail, and these post caps and balls were wobbly. To tighten down the post caps and balls, I pre-drilled a hole first, and then used 3-inch coated deck screws to make it solid. Then I went underneath to access the framing to fix that loose railing post. I first used a 1/2-inch lag screw to fasten the 2x8 band to the house. Then I used an 8-inch by 3/8-inch lag screw to fasten the post to the band and the house. This 2x8 block is cut and fastened to really sturdy up this railing post. This block should have been installed 32 years ago when I built this deck. The hand nails I used back then are still the nails I use today. They are exterior and are proved to be used with this treated lumber. I also added these special coated 1/2-inch carriage bolts and lag screws for extra strength. I already had joist hangers on the back band when I first built the deck, but by code they want you to put them on the front band as well. Here's a comment that came in from one of the deck videos I have posted on YouTube. Those posts are going to rot out within 5 years, and you should never backfill with dirt. Well, I wanted to check for myself how these posts were holding up. So when I dug to the bottom of the hole, the posts were pretty solid after 32 years of being in the ground. Today when I build decks, I use an asphalt coating to assure that the posts will last even longer. I still set the posts on a concrete footing below the frost line, and then backfill and tamp with the dirt I removed earlier. These are joist deck ties. I call them Z-brackets. I installed them on all the bearing bands that were just fastened before with 3.5-inch spiral galvanized nails. The original nails did the job to hold the bearing bands up for 32 years, but these new brackets will guarantee the support needed to make this deck last another 32 years. Today I fastened two 2x8s together to make up the beam. I then set the beam on top of the post and used a post-to-beam bracket to fasten it together. I also used the deck joist tie brackets on the front band. By code they want you to notch the post to accept the front band, but using this bracket is accepted in place of notching the posts. This last bracket is a rafter or joist tie. They help hold down the joist to the beam in place of toe screwing or nailing alone. Well, how often do you seal the deck or put the finish coat, the CWF on it?
Well, every other year. I pressure wash it with the deck cleaner and let it dry a day and then stain it the next day.
Remember, if you do use a power washer, you're only cleaning the dirt off the deck. Do not set the pressure so high where you are removing all the color or even shredding the wood. I've been using Cwf Wood Sealer from the beginning. It's easy and quick to apply and comes in different shades. My dad's been using the color cedar tone since it was new. This sealer has played a big part in the longevity of this treated wood. Well, thanks, Dad, for maintaining the deck after all these years, and hope it lasts another 32 years for you.
Thanks for building it. Oh, the deck's holding up good. It was a quality build. Everybody was after Craigie.
Do you still use that Cwf sealer I told you about and how often? Ages, here we go.
So okay, Maggie, where's she? Is she coming back? Or what?
Yeah, she's coming back.
When?
I don't know. I have to call her. All right, here we go.
Oh, that's all right. I was just
okay, we're rolling.